Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So this is our first installment of Coffee Conversation with Jamie and Jerry Two Up. So it's getting cold out. I think it was chilly this morning, huh?
Yeah, the car says 37 and we have a wind chill, so it's colder than that.
So it's a little too cold to get on the bike, so we decided we'd do a little something for the site, and I think we're going to do this every Sunday. This is actually Saturday, but you'll see it tomorrow. And then we'll go, we're going to kind of go over some few things. So this week's episode is called basically the highlights of 2019. What's the highlight for our year? We had a great year, actually.
Absolutely.
Both personally and on the motorcycle, so it's been a fun time. So we'll kind of just go back and forth. It's not very scripted, but you guys will kind of see what we did and how much fun we had over the span of 2019. So I'm going to kick it off because I think the first thing that I know the big highlight for me for 2019 was getting the new Versus.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
He was like a kid in a candy store or at Christmas time. I mean, he just was so excited to get the bike, and you were so fun to watch.
I really liked our 2015 Versus. It didn't need to be replaced. It was a great machine, but after I started reading and saw the electronics and all the gizmos and everything that the new one had, and I got a little infatuated. And as Jamie can attest, if I get infatuated with something, it's kind of hard to get me off of it. So
just a little.
So we did call our good friends, though, AJ and Jason down in Plano, Kawasaki Suzuki, because I knew they would be getting one, and she said, "Oh, absolutely!" Gave us a great deal on the 15. And then when she called us when the 17 came in, so we got one of the early 19, sorry.
We got one of the first ones.
Yeah, so we got that, and we had to go down to Dallas. It was cold because it was in March.
Well, it actually started snowing on you when you left.
It did. You're right. Yeah,
you had to tow it home in the snow, and you were about to cry
because it got dirty. And, but I think that was a great way to start off the year. Right? It was got the new bike home. It's amazing. It's more than we thought it was even going to be, I think. And,
yeah, I just missed the orange color, but it's okay.
Yeah, and then this year they're making the green color, which we would have probably purchased. But the white and black, the Orca color, it's starting to, it gets to me. You don't see a lot of them running around, so that's one thing that's kind of cool about it. But we did have, we went down on the Jeep, just trailered down, spent the day, picked it up. Got to spend some time with AJ and Jason. Again, if you're looking for a motorcycle in Dallas, Plano Kawasaki Suzuki is a place to go. They're fantastic people. I think we bought 3 motorcycles from them now.
Yes, we have.
So they're good people. So if you need anything, go down there and check that out. So
they will take care of you.
So that was a good kickoff to the year, right? So
that was a great way to start.
Then the first thing the first ride we really took was the Ozark Escape. So. It's a ride that I actually set up for the MSTA here in Arkansas, and it was in Mountain Home, Arkansas, and we had a great turnout.
We did. We rode there in the rain, but it chilled out, and we actually had a great weekend.
It was a fantastic weekend, and for those of you who have not ridden in Arkansas, you're kind of missing out. The roads are amazing.
Shh, don't tell them that. Everybody will come here.
And when you get up to that part of the country, it's just really pretty. So. We had a good group. We had over 20 people there, people from all over, Kansas, Missouri, Louisiana. Our friends from Dallas came up. So it was just a fun time. We rode across the ferry.
That's when we met our friends from Louisiana, Becky and Jeff. And so, Jerry ended up taking a trip this fall to meet them out in the races. So
yeah, they're nice people. Plus, they have good choices of motorcycles as they both ride Versuses. So,
yep.
Is that the way you say
Versuses?
Versailles. Yeah. They also have a couple other bikes. They're just great people. So it was fun. And look, it's always good to ride with new people and see old people. Our friends from Dallas, we really miss them, and we have some great friends for the MSTA here. So. All in all, it was a pretty fantastic trip. So that was a good way.
Yeah, it was a fun way to really kick off the riding season.
It did rain on us at the beginning. So our second big highlight, or I know it's one of my big highlights, was going to Colorado. So we went to Colorado in June. Jamie and I usually go to Colorado every other year or so. We love riding there. It's probably one of our favorite places to ride. Plus, we have family there and that sort of thing. But this time it was just a motorcycle trip. We went with 7 people. Man, it was just a good time. A lot more snow this year than we're
Oh,
accustomed.
tons of snow. I couldn't believe how much snow there still was.
And that trip, we trailered. Yes, folks, we trailered to Raton, New Mexico. And the reason we trailer is there's a quick little story. When we lived in Dallas, to get out of Texas to go anywhere, you had to go from Dallas to Amarillo. It seemed like if you wanted to go west. After about the 50th time of doing that, it's boring, it's hot. Jamie kind of mentioned, hey, why don't we just trailer to where we're going and then drop the trailer off and go? And that was fantastic advice because you'd always be coming back to Dallas in the miserable heat.
In the miserable heat, and because of that, we tried to beat the heat one time and actually hit a deer early in the morning. So ripped off the fairing of the bike, but we
Didn't
kept it
crash,
up.
so that was good.
Yeah.
And
But it's just not worth it. Why waste a tire? Why risk the heat? Go back in comfort.
so we went to Raton, started the trip there. We went over to Gunnison. We love that area down there, Gunnison, Ouray, Silverton. We did all that. Just had a great time. There was still a lot of snow. I'm going to put some pictures in, so you'll see some pictures while we're talking. But it was just all in all a great time. We got to go to Creed, one of our favorite places.
If you've never been there, you need to eat at Kip's in Creed.
It's really good. And then the brewery in Ouray is really fun. You can sit up on the roof and kind of check things out. And again, just a fantastic trip. And I think that was a pretty good highlight for the year.
Colorado is always one of our favorite places to go.
Then after Colorado, Jamie actually got a job teaching in Rogers here in Arkansas. And so unfortunately, we had discussed going to the Moto America races in September with our friends Jeff and Becky and Bob Burdette and David Jackson from Dallas were meeting us up there too. So, but unfortunately, Jamie didn't get to go. So we usually ride together most of the time. 80% of the time we're together. But this was a trip that I did on my own. And
He had to leave me behind.
I did. So the good thing about that is I do get to do longer days, where you just kind of slab it and get to where we're going quicker. So the first day was almost 700 miles. Jamie will do it, but it's not a lot of fun.
It's not my favorite.
But we had a great time. I rode up to Deals Gap, spent a couple days. Then we went down and met David and Bob and went back up to the Dragon and rode around, and it's a fantastic area to ride in. I think Jamie and I may try to head there this summer together and take the Jeep and camp and trailer the motorcycle and be able to do everything. It's a great area.
Yeah, we did it a couple years ago and camped and rode the Dragon and jeeped around and explored.
It just never gets old, and
No.
it's great when you can run around on the bike in the morning. If it clouds up and starts raining in the afternoon, you just jump in the Jeep and go have some fun. So that was a highlight for me. Then of course going down the races, we got to meet up with Becky and Jeff. Got to see the races and got to go to the Barber Motorsport Museum. If you have not been there, that's got to be on your bucket list if you ride a motorcycle. It's really pretty.
Yeah, and if you ride, I guarantee if you've had riding people in your family, the first time we went there several years ago, we walked through and Jerry just talked about the history, and it was like going back in time with him, because every time we turned around, it was a bike that his dad had or that he had or that he wanted. A lot of great stories, a lot of great history, and just a lot of fun. So it's a really neat place.
So yeah, so that's cool because the races are right there at Barber. If you've never seen a race at Barber, it's unbelievable. It's probably the most manicured racetrack. It's just beautiful. It's like a world-class golf course. It's just fantastic. And we had a great time. Again, got to hang out with Jeff and Becky. Got to ride these little Z125. So that was a lot of fun. Plus, we got to spend some time with Bob and David. So that was a good time. And again, we've put almost 9,000 miles on the Versus this year, and I don't commute on it, so it's all fun riding. So that's kind of cool. And then the last thing, I think the last highlight, which is kind of funny because it rained us out, was a trip we took to Dallas. Or the trip that our friends came from Dallas and came up here. We were going to do a kind of a fall colors into the year ride, and they rode up the entire day in the rain, and it rained for the next 2 days. So
Yeah, it just so Jerry showed him around in the four-wheel cage, and but we had a great time. Adon, David, and Rob, they're great friends to have, and we really miss riding with them and hanging out with them. And so I spend all weekend feeding them and having fun.
it was awesome. Yeah, Jamie took care of. Boy, she was spoiling us, and every time we turned around, she was cooking something, and just really enjoyed our time together. And again, I think the biggest thing is I would never move back to the Metroplex. I don't miss the Dallas area at all.
No.
Miss my daughter who's going to school there, but we miss our friends a lot. But there's no way we would move back. But we sure wish we could transplant some of our friends over, and not some. That sounded bad. I guess we didn't. I said some of our friends. We love you all, right? It's just
No, we'd like them all to come.
right. So hopefully this year we get to see more of them because they can come here and hang out. I'd love for Mark and Rex and a couple other people that we did a lot of riding with in Dallas. We'd love for them to come up and check it out. And again, it's not Dallas riding. It's a little better than that up here. So
No, and speaking of that, that's my highlight is, in Dallas, you have to get up early in the summertime and, try to beat the heat. And here, there were so many Sundays, Jerry has Sunday off. So we would just, on a whim, pick a day and a direction. And we have gone and explored our little area up here in Northwest Arkansas. We have found some good hole-in-the-wall restaurants. And I just really have had a lot of fun, doing this and building videos for you guys and the website and just love our area. And yes, we miss our friends and our kiddos in Texas, but I wouldn't give this up in a million years.
and that's the thing is we came up here for years, right? Rode up here for
Yep.
years, and I'll never forget a friend of ours, Richard Kirby. He loved it up here, and he kind of showed us all the cool stuff to ride, and man, I can't imagine not. It is so much fun to be able to get up in 5 minutes when we get up and put your helmet on. You're in twisty roads, having a bunch of fun, not a lot of traffic.
We live in the twisties.
Yeah,
So.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, is there anything else? What else did you? Any other highlights?
No, I
Think that's it.
just think that's it. That's, we always enjoy people coming up and visiting, and, we've had family coming up, and so, come on up. We have room. We'd love to show you around, let you ride through the hills and have fun.
So I think that'll be the end of episode 1. Again, tell us what you think. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, all that other fun stuff they tell you to do on YouTube. I think we've got 87 subscribers now, so
Woohoo!
we're getting up there.
Pass us along.
Right, and so as you can imagine, we're not doing this for the money, but it is a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun doing it, and so make sure you go check out the blog, check out the channel, and again, if you guys are around Arkansas and we can hook up, that'd be great. So have a great week. Next week we'll do another video. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll do it. But again, thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day. Thanks for enjoying some coffee with us.
Cheers.
And we will see you next week.
Have a good week.
Bye. See, that worked out okay.